Hello everybody, welcome to Ageless Rock channel where megalithic lens is required for better understanding from a different perspective. Today, we are going to visit a very unique church in Ethiopia. It is called Abba Yohani Rock Cut Church. It is also known as a monastery. So you can say this site is also called the Monastery of St. John in English. Ethiopia is home to hundreds of rock-cut churches and Abba Yohani is just one of them. It is located in the middle of Tigray region on the northern part of Ethiopia. It is near Temben village where time stood still for more than a millennium. Christianity was introduced in the 4th century and not much has changed since then. Judaism and Islam made up three of the major religions and Ethiopian Orthodox Christians are majority. This church is actually a system of caves and tunnels in the middle of a 300-meter high sandstone cliff. It is believed to have been built in the 4th century by Abuni Aaron Zigamchi with the help of Emperor Gebre Mescal, or famously known as King Lalibela. To get inside the famous cliff view of the church, you have to navigate a series of rather challenging heights and steps. Some areas are narrow and steep at the same time. It seems like accessibility is limited to those who are physically fit. This awesome cave church journey starts with a tunnel that seems like a typical megalithic construction around the world. Even on a broad daylight, the tunnel system is pretty dark within a few turns because lights don't bend. It is pretty hard to see how hardworking Ethiopians would like to chisel so high into the bedrock for reasons we have yet to know. There is absolutely no reason to make it steep and dangerous if you want people to go there to worship. It is a crazy idea to think monks need to chisel tunnels so that they can live like a hermit. These are tunnels similar to those found around the world. You will not know if you are in Derinkuyu in Turkey or Gilmerton Cove in Scotland because they are similar in method of construction. I believe it was done by the same unknown ancient builders. The interior is a hall with very high ceiling. I get the impression that it must have been easy to hew bedrock with ancient chisels if that ever happened. The amount of time and energy to create this could have been used to build many houses and churches at ground level. There is no need to involve the entire village for a very long period of time for a few hermits who denounce worldly things anyway. This village in this region was and still is very sparsely populated. To hew such magnificent structure would have required a lot of manpower. We have to assume ancient Ethiopians were highly motivated, hardworking, able to work long laborious hours. They have happy families where wives would prepare good breakfast, pack their lunch and dinner will be waiting for them at home. It is quite obvious to me that the caves and tunnels were created so long ago that no one knows how it got there. Even paintings done a few centuries ago are very recent additions compared to the actual age of this rock-cut church. I would like to draw your attention to the ceiling. It is a strange design which I think if we focus on trying to understand this, we might be able to understand what is this cave and tunnel system all about. I think this parabolic design on the ceiling with a protrusion is neither a coincidence nor an Ethiopian architecture. Parabolic design can be used for many things: heating elements for summer, infrared light for therapy, or satellite dish for radio and TV are what we have today. It is important to amplify the energy by focusing the energy. You can also find this parabolic design with protrusion architecture in Chennakeshava temple in India. In India, it has intricate carvings with religious theme, but When it comes to the sacred knowledge which involves other dimensions, it is usually regarded as nonsense or unscientific. This is a common feature in Hindu temples in India. I don't think it is to make the temple look beautiful. There are many things you can do to make the temple looks better, and the ceiling is the last place to put so much effort. People do not look up because our human neck is not made to look up for a long time. I believe it has to do with sound frequency. Maybe we should try to meditate and chant under the ceiling directly below the parabolic protrusion over an extended period of time and see what happens. It would be interesting to do this experiment, which can prove once and for all that Ethiopians did not chisel this out of bedrock for worshipping. Maybe a consistent chanting of certain frequencies can improve mental health, which improves immunity and therefore improves physical health. To hew a church out of sandstone bedrock at such altitude is crazy, and therefore every inch must be very important. If that is the case, then what is the broken parabolic ceiling design doing outside the church? Who in their right mind would carve a cave ceiling of half parabolic design? I have a feeling it broke off due to too much energy focused inside the parabolic design. There isn't a lot of room on the cliff to suggest that the broken ceiling was at one time part of the inside. The parabolic ceiling is above the green door. The entire bedrock wall on the right has to collapse to explain the parabolic design is now left on the outside. But if there is no wall in the original state, and Ethiopians did not build a brick and mortar wall on the left, it would be very odd to see a church with such a wide opening as the original layout. Neither mainstream nor common sense makes sense for now. This photo shows a tunnel that is too small to be intentionally made that way. There is no reason for a door of a house to be 4 feet high if adults are between 5 and 7 feet tall. If the unknown species of ancient megalithic builders did this, they would be about 3 feet tall and behave like earthworms. Also, I would like to draw your attention to the hole in the orange rectangle. From this angle, it looks like it could be a tool mark left behind by the unknown ancient builders, which you can also find at megalithic sites such as Angkorian temples in Cambodia. Pretty much all mysterious megalithic sites have this tool mark. That is why I'm not surprised it is one of those rectangular or square holes like those in Gua Gajah in Bali Island of Indonesia. Another interesting mark is the one which looks like double hole as highlighted in the orange box. I wonder if it is one of those marks with a hole that goes around the column in the middle and therefore it looks like two holes from a distance. It reminds me of those you can find at Ellora Cave number 1 in India. You can say it is a hole with a pillar. It would be ridiculous to say ancient Indians carved so many of these, but we have no clue what they are now. Cave number 1 is also called Evil Cave because locals say they heard screams from this cave as if humans were tied to the holes and tortured here. In a similar concept, but at a corner instead of the wall, these ones are at the corner. They are on pillars or corners of a wall. They certainly look like they were meant to tie something at the corner. I don't have any idea what they are for, and I am not alone. From Indian temples to Peruvian portal gateways to Ethiopian churches, we all seem to be at a loss as to what it is. Instead of an advanced civilization which was lost, it is probably us, the primitive civilization, at a loss. Another feature which I find similar to other megalithic sites are the stairs. It looks like something you would do when the material is soft. The curved stairs are just not something humans would do. In Turkey, there is no religion attached to such archaeological site. Derinkuyu and Tatlari underground cities are mysterious megalithic sites with scoop-marked stairs. Aswan in Egypt also has scoop-marked stairs. So from Turkey to Egypt to Ethiopia, these unknown ancient builders are most likely creatures with a very different limbs for moving. Abba Yohani Monastery is one of the hundreds of rock-cut churches in Ethiopia. Within the rectangular box of about 17 kilometers long and 7 kilometers wide, there are 6 rock-cut churches you can find on Google Maps. If ancient Ethiopians were extremely busy carving tunnels to worship God, I'm pretty sure some will just carve a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 kitchen for their family. It will be their properties they can sell and resell for 2000 years without having to worry about maintenance. On top of the 6 on the map, there are probably 2 more you can add on your vacation. If these tunnels are in Turkey, they would probably be renovated into houses just like those in Cappadocia. Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this short presentation on Abba Yohani Rock Cut Church in Ethiopia. See you in the next video and have a wonderful day. This is Berniong signing out. Dehenahun.